The Library of Alexandria, founded in Egypt around the 3rd century BCE, was one of the most ambitious projects of the ancient world. It aimed to collect all human knowledge, gathering scrolls from across Greece, India, Mesopotamia, and beyond. Ships arriving in the city were reportedly required to hand over their books for copying, so the library could add them to its vast collection. Estimates suggest hundreds of thousands of scrolls may have been stored there. Sadly, the library suffered several destructive events over centuries. Fires, political conflicts, and neglect all played a role. The exact details of its final destruction remain a mystery, but much of its knowledge was lost forever. Today, the Library of Alexandria stands as both a symbol of human curiosity and a cautionary tale about the fragility of knowledge. While we can never recover what was lost, the dream of gathering and preserving information lives on in modern institutions, from national archives to the internet itself. In 1974, farmers digging a well in China's Shanxi province made a discovery that stunned the world. Thousands of life-sized clay soldiers buried underground. This terracotta army was created over 2,000 years ago to guard the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor. Each figure is unique, with distinct facial features, hairstyles, and clothing. Horses, chariots, and even weapons were included, all arranged in battle formation. The sheer scale of the project is staggering. Over 8,000 soldiers have been uncovered, and more remain buried. These statues were part of the emperor's belief in an afterlife, where his rule would continue. The army was meant to protect him for eternity. The craftsmanship reflects the incredible skill of ancient Chinese artisans who worked for years to create this underground world. Today, the site is a UNESCO World Heritage Treasure, offering a remarkable glimpse into China's early imperial history and the lengths rulers would go to secure their legacy. Between 1347 and 1351, Europe faced one of its deadliest pandemics, the Black Death. Carried by fleas on rats, the plague spread rapidly through trade routes, killing an estimated 25–30 million people, roughly a third of Europe's population. Cities emptied, villages disappeared, and social structures crumbled. Fear and superstition grew, with some blaming foreigners or even divine punishment. Doctors, lacking modern knowledge of germs, relied on ineffective treatments like bloodletting or burning aromatic herbs. Yet from this tragedy came profound change. Labor shortages gave surviving workers more bargaining power, weakening the feudal system. Advances in public health and sanitation slowly emerged as people recognized the need for cleaner living conditions. The Black Death remains a reminder of how disease can reshape societies, but also how human resilience can drive recovery and transformation. Discovered in 1799 by French soldiers in Egypt, the Rosetta Stone unlocked the mystery of ancient Egyptian writing. The stone contains the same text in 3 scripts: Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphs. Scholars could read Greek, so it became the key to deciphering the hieroglyphic system, lost for over 1,000 years. Jean-François Champollion's breakthrough in 1822 revealed not just a language, but a window into thousands of years of history, religious texts, royal decrees, and everyday records. Today, the Rosetta Stone is housed in the British Museum, still inspiring fascination. It symbolizes the patience and skill needed to connect with civilizations long gone, and how one artifact can change our understanding of the past forever. On January 15, 1919, Boston experienced a disaster as strange as it was deadly. A massive storage tank holding over 2 million gallons of molasses burst. A wave of sticky, fast-moving syrup, reportedly up to 35 mph, tore through the streets, flattening buildings and trapping people. 21 people died and dozens more were injured. Cleanup took weeks, and the smell of molasses lingered for months. The disaster was caused by poor construction and a lack of safety inspections. The tank had shown signs of leaking, but warnings were ignored. Afterward, stricter building regulations were enforced, marking an important shift in public safety laws. The Great Molasses Flood remains one of history's most unusual disasters, proving that danger doesn't always come from the places we expect. In 1731, a fire broke out in Ashburnham House, London, threatening priceless manuscripts, including the only surviving copy of Beowulf. Quick-thinking librarians rushed to save the collection, wrapping books in blankets and tossing them from windows to avoid the flames. Though some works were damaged, many survived thanks to their bravery. Conservators have since restored these treasures, preserving centuries of history that might have been lost in a single night. This event reminds us that sometimes history is saved not by kings or battles, but by ordinary people making extraordinary choices in moments of crisis. High in the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral, London, lies the Whispering Gallery, where a whisper against one wall can be heard clearly over 100 feet away on the opposite side. The gallery's perfect curve carries sound waves around its circumference. For centuries, visitors have tested it, sending secrets and sweet nothings across the vast space. The phenomenon isn't magic but the clever result of architectural design, and it adds a playful layer to the grandeur of the cathedral. Even today, it's a small reminder that human creativity often hides delightful surprises in the details of our world. In 1840, Britain introduced the penny black, the world's first adhesive postage stamp. Before this, the recipient often paid for a letter, making mail unpredictable. The penny black changed everything. The sender prepaid for delivery, making communication more affordable and reliable. Featuring a profile of Queen Victoria, the stamp became instantly popular and set the standard for postal systems worldwide. It's a reminder that small innovations, in this case, a tiny piece of printed paper, can have enormous impacts on everyday life and human connection. Polynesian navigators once sailed thousands of miles across the Pacific without maps or compasses. They used the star compass, memorizing where stars rose and set along the horizon. By day, they relied on the sun, ocean swells, and the flight of birds to find land. This knowledge, passed through generations, allowed Polynesians to explore and settle vast ocean regions, from Hawaii to New Zealand. Today, traditional navigation is being revived, preserving an incredible example of human ingenuity and our deep relationship with nature. In ancient Ugarit, over 3,000 years ago, a clay tablet was inscribed with the world's oldest known piece of written music, a hymn to the goddess Nickel. Alongside the words were instructions for playing the melody on a lyre. Modern reconstructions reveal a haunting, gentle tune that connects us to people who lived millennia ago. Music, it seems, has always been a way to share beauty, emotion, and meaning across both space and time.